Hey, what's up, people? Suave Banks. Listen, first of all, I want to give a disclaimer. This is basically a channel that's geared towards men. This isn't saying that I'm with the MGTOW movement. I definitely agree with a lot of the literature from the MGTOW movement and the Red Pill movement. Red Pill meaning that I've been awakening, with things, man. I grew up a certain way, just like most men, and we basically feel a certain way about women automatically, because of the way we were raised. And it's a lot of misconceptions in the way we were supposed to be raised and our thoughts on women versus the way we are, in a gynocentric society, so-called, okay? So this is not to bash women. This isn't even to highlight their behavior all the way, you know what I mean? Which I will be highlighting certain things that are detrimental to a bonded relationship, okay, between a man and a woman, okay? But, however, it's not definitely just about that. Okay, so that being said, one thing that we gotta realize, okay, is that women, based on after the disclaimer, now that we got that out the way, women are never satisfied, no matter how big it is. That's the title of the video. Now, what do I mean? No matter how big it is. See, most of you damn freaks automatically think it's about a sexual thing, but yeah, that's definitely a part of it. They're never satisfied. I don't care how big it is or whatever. They're going to want more and more and more. You feel what I'm saying? Or a variety of, son, depending on the female. Now, this information that I'm giving you is based on you yourself, where you are in your life. Now, if you are a young man or whatever that's interested in a relationship and want to have children, you have to approach that with caution, okay? You have to pay attention to a lot of these things that I outline in my videos, because the videos that I'm putting out is basically trying to build you as a man. It isn't to knock down women, to talk about them in a negative way, because if you're a real man, you will attract a real woman, basically. And if you are not a real man, you're going to attract all of the bullshit. Now, sometimes a few weak ones and messed up ones slip through the cracks, but you will be able to identify it looking at these videos. You'll be able to identify these type of women. You know what I mean? And I'm talking to you based on years of experience and wisdom. Okay? So this isn't something that I'm just telling you based on just to tell you. This is something that is actually been proven to me in my life. Now, whatever you can take from me, you take. Whatever you can't, throw it out. Okay, we're going to get into it. Women are never satisfied, no matter how big it is. Now, what do I mean by that? How big your bank account is, how big your looks are, if you look good, not, you're fat, small, whatever it is, no matter how big it is, a woman, most of these women, not all, but most of these women are never satisfied, okay? And you have to identify this in the beginning, okay? And I'm going to give you some basic examples of this, okay, where a lot of times you as a man, you would see yourself going through a situation with a female, and then you would look at yourself like, damn, I must be fucked up in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because she will have your ass thinking that it's you that's the problem, when a lot of time nobody can make you happy and you can't make anybody happy. They have to make themselves happy, and you will complement their happiness. So if you're going in a relationship trying to save someone and make them happy, you should head for the hills. That's a bad relationship. That's not going to last, because you're going to consistently take away from yourself to put into that other person. Okay? And you don't want that. You don't want to take away from yourself putting it into a female, because she will never be satisfied, no matter how big it is. Okay? No matter how big your love is, no matter what. If she's not satisfied within herself, and she's not secure within herself, nobody is 100% perfect, but there's basic fundamental ways that you could determine that if a person is definitely ready for a relationship. And then a lot of times people think they are. Women think they are, and men think they are. So I'm really focusing on you. So no matter how good looking you are, I mean, I've seen brothers, no homo, that good looking model type motherfuckers. And a chick was ugly as fuck. And the chick ran them through the ringer because they got in their head. All of this stuff is all of this exterior shit is all a shell. And it's shelling a soul. And your soul is either pure or tainted. Or it's either more pure or more tainted. We all have a little taint in our fucking soul. You know what I'm saying? So, but some women have it is fully tainted. And no matter what, they're going to try to poison you little by little against your own self-esteem and take away from it. And eventually take you out. And then have your ass feeling like you fucked up. Now, there's examples like, I'm going to give you a fucking strong ass example right now. If you really look at it, think about Will Smith. I saw recently something, I think the Red Table talk with him and his wife, his current wife right now, Jada Pinkett Smith, where she basically, well, he outlined how in his first marriage, this is Will Smith, tall, handsome, fucking rich, successful, strong man. You would think he's an alpha male, right? But in regards to his first wife, he wasn't. She basically fell, woke up one day, and said she didn't love him anymore. Now, before I even go further with that, I'll let him speak for himself. I'll be back in a minute.
And I remember I had to get up from dinner when I had a realization that I wasn't with the person I was supposed to be with.
But you would have stayed with her forever.
Forever. I would have never gotten divorced.
Yep.
Wow.
I went in the bathroom at the Palm and I broke down in tears.
Wow.
And I was sitting in a stall in the restaurant and I was crying uncontrollably and then laughing like, what the heck is wrong with me? And I was crying and laughing. And it's like, I knew that was the woman I was supposed to be with, but I was never getting divorced.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't get divorced.
Right.
Like all the emotions.
All the emotions at one time.
Like
I was
happy
like,
that you figured it out.
but devastated emotionally. And then I had
it would never come to fruition.
It was never going to happen. I just had to
Right.
get my gangster back together. I got myself together, went back out, sat down with Cherie, and started going back on with my life.
Yep. Yep. And then she divorced you.
And then Cherie filed for divorce. She hit me hard. Cherie filed for divorce on Valentine's Day. I was like, ouch, ouch. And I still told her, I said, no,
Yeah.
Wow.
you can't have a divorce. And she hit me with so you're going to make somebody stay with you who doesn't love you. And I was like, what? I'm actually not. Nope, I'm not. And I was like, that was the one that got me.
So, okay, I'm back. So now, look, think about this. She wakes up one day and says, I'm not in love with you anymore. Now, don't think that she woke up one day. This is little shit that built up. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not a man and you don't put your foot down and you put your goals aside and put it into her, she's going to take you and deem you as a sucker. Each time you do that, you neglect your purpose in life and the things that you need to do to achieve in your life. And the more that you do that, the more she's going to be unattracted to you. Because if you're easily distracted, how are you going to provide? This is probably an internal, natural mechanism in them. So they looking for the strongest mate. They don't even realize sometimes half of the shit they do. They're not logical creatures. They are built and motivated by emotions. So one day she wakes up not thinking, but she probably already started building another life. That's what mostly happens. They build another life and then wake up one day and tell you that they don't want to be with you anymore. That's why they don't give a damn how much you cry, how sad you are. Me and my man Frank was talking about this shit. No matter how sad, how you cried, no matter what happened to you in your relationship, no matter how much you did for them, you could have taken them out of the fucking projects and put them in the most lavish areas. Big ass mansion with a pool and everything. It doesn't matter. Once she's already got in and she's established and she don't love you anymore, she's not going to look at it as we have children and we need to build together and just work on it. She's leaving your ass. And in most relationships, a man will not be in a relationship with a woman unless he's going to be with her forever. Most men are not going to be in a relationship with a woman and say, this is my woman, and just fall out of out of love with them. That doesn't happen with men because it's really difficult to get us to commit, so-called, right? So once we commit, we all in. We more commit than women, to be honest. Women just appear to commit. But once we in, we in. We don't have time to be running around and trusting this one and that one with our heart. I'm talking about real men. I ain't talking about no simps. Because there's some simp ass motherfuckers out there that's just suckers for anybody that come along. All right? I'm talking about y'all real motherfuckers out there, okay? So now, this is not for children. So this is for men, all right? So I'm going to talk frank. First of all, I'm going to just let you know, like, just look at this. She came out of 3 years of marriage only. I'm not in love with you anymore. And this brother had to fucking swallow that. And he still was like, no, we're going to be together. We're going to work it out. You know what she turned around and say? How are you going to basically keep me hostage, keep a person hostage that's not in love with you anymore? How the fuck am I supposed to feel after that? Now, this is Will Smith. This dude was at that point probably making $5 to $10 million a movie. He was very successful. He could have anything he wanted, any woman he wanted. And this is what she comes to him with, instead of working it out after she has a child. And most of the time, they wait until after they have a fucking child. Because they know if you're a real man and you're a good man, you're going to hold on because of that child. Because that's a safety mechanism that you have in you. That's something that you have internally in you that you are going to make sure that it's you protect that female, because we've been trained and that. So she wakes up and says that. So he has no choice but to fucking get a divorce and put his first child through a bunch of trauma because of her damn feelings, instead of thinking and making it work. Yes, you can make it work. Because, listen, a marriage is a business partnership. Okay? That's what it is. Really, basically, all that love shit, stop it. If that person is not evenly yoked with you and don't have the same mindset for you for a long-term 50-year goal, cut her ass loose. I'm telling you that. It's to the death if you get married. Personally, I'm going to tell you another thing that a lot of people are not paying attention to. I believe you should be abstinent. You should just not have abstinence from sex when you are preparing to get married to a woman, before you get married to them. Before you even say you are committed to this woman 100%, you should go through that stage. You and her are celibate. You know why? Because you guys will get to know each other on a spiritual level first. This is depending on what level you are. If you out there just chasing cat and just trying to beat and squirt and shit and keep moving, that's something different. But if you want a long-lasting relationship, that's what you need to do. You need to pay attention to that shit. Fucking be abstinent. Because let me tell you, believe you me, the only reason why women hold out on sex is because they fucking somebody else in most cases. It isn't because, it isn't necessarily because you are the special one. That's what you would think. You are the special one. So they think, they making you think they just holding it. Oh, because I want you to think that I'm such a special one, virtuous woman. No. I guarantee you, when she's ready to have sex after 2 or 3 months and you deny her and say, no, we're going to go longer, you would really see who she is. She'll flip the fuck out. she'll go crazy on your ass. So she's not saying that shit is fucking game. Okay, that's lies that sound true. Now, if she truly loves you, she will be abstinent. And she will refrain from having sex if she truly loves you. And you should be able to control yourself, because if you can't control that, the marriage is shot to shit anyway. I'm not a believer of having multiple partners if I'm in a relationship. Things can happen, mistakes happen, and you work on it and you deal with it, but not intentionally going into it thinking like, yo, I'm going into this having multiple partners. I don't think that's worth it. So, again, just look at it. Don't beat yourself up. Don't look at yourself as you are a rare breed, and because that's how your ass is gonna feel for a little while. But don't let that shit fuck with you. It's not nothing to do with you, it's her. You know what I'm saying? And yo, don't forget the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. If you didn't subscribe already, comment. Come on, let me see what your thoughts are. And definitely spread the word. Share it to as many men as possible, because this could actually help someone. Because I'm attacking this channel from a different perspective and a different angle. This is something that you could really analyze and take notes to and take heed to. Pay attention to what I'm saying. I'm dropping gems in it. It sounds ordinary talk, but I'm dropping gems. And pay attention to that. It's from my life experience. This is Suave Banks. So listen again. Women are never satisfied, no matter how big it is. Suave Banks. Peace.